Welcome back, SAFL community. I am Burhan Gorgani, one of the commissioners of the SAFL. I'm here with another commissioner of the SAFL, Fabio Perez. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well, Burhan. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm glad that we can do this together. This is always a fun time of the year.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, Adam couldn't join us tonight, but we miss him, and hopefully next week he will be here. And he will be here and then joining us and giving his take on the league. Fabio, week 1 in the books, my friend. Great week, 2 divisions. You're reffing? What? You're reffing? Insanity.
Breaking news. Right. Breaking news.
So tell me, how was your first week of reffing?
So I got to tell you, to me, I feel like it went better than expected. I didn't expect to do bad, but I definitely, felt like it was my first time doing it, and so I didn't know if I was going to be a little bit timid or, but I realized, I know the game more than I give myself credit for, and right. There were probably just a couple little things that I needed. I could use just an extra set of eyes, which is why I had Mike also there, who has experience reffing. But really, I got to tell you, for the most part, I loved it. I did. I loved everything about it, and just the camaraderie that I get to have with the guys while I'm reffing. There's something different about it, and I got to tell you, the added bonus of the fact that I'm helping you, as a commissioner here in the league. Yeah,
how sweet. How sweet of you.
It's great, but it really allows me to get more of the pulse of the league by being in this position. And I think, with a position as important as reffing,
right?
I think it's good that like one of us is, to be involved in that kind of position and to see what's going on in some of these games. But I also think above it all, and I hope that other guys are starting to feel this as well, at least the guys that, I did ref with, I'm there to make sure that these guys are having a good time, to make sure that things are being done in the right way. And I want them to see that I'm looking out for them and nothing's being done like, out of malice. And I when I saw little things happen, I would even give warnings. Some other refs might just throw the flag right away, but I'm like, hey, keep an eye on this, or keep, because I'm trying to keep the flow of the game going. And
right.
Guys get to see, like, oh, all right, cool. Like this guy's, looking out for us. Like, all right, he's trying to help us out. So
for sure.
I like having my hands a little more involved with the league. So I truly did enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw you out there. I saw you running up and down the field. You looked like you were having a blast. You were vocal. I mean, the biggest thing is like the players respecting you in a sense, right? So since that all is taken care of, I think that it's gonna work out well with you and John and whoever else that you guys decide to kind of bring into the mix. So congrats on that. I wish you well on doing that. And did you see? Was there anything while you were out there this week as a concern that you would like to bring up or anything like that, so we can maybe just talk about it right now and see what we can do? Or is everything so far so good?
Yeah, I think so. I think for the most part, everything went pretty up to par to what their standards were. Again, more for me, more just me learning, little things, nothing really out of the ordinary. But no, I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure like we talk about this every time we say, we talk about some sort of rule. It comes up the following week, and something always comes up. But
always.
Yeah. But no, I think it went really well, and I'm just looking forward to continuing to learn. And as long as these guys also, give me a little bit of cushion to temporarily maybe screw up a little bit and rectify it on the field, but these guys are great. They really are. And I think that we're going to be fine. I think it's going to be really fun.
All right. Well, let's kind of get into the games from this past week. Let's start with Cobra Kai Floral Park. First off, I want to bring in Yash Tehrani to the podcast. Yash, you there? I think maybe we lost him for a second.
Oh, there, I think we got him.
There he is.
I'm here. Sorry.
What's up, Yash? How you doing?
What's up? How are you?
Good, man. Good. You know, we're all doing good. You know, we were just talking, you know, obviously you're listening in. We were just talking about week 1 and how things went. And, you know, you guys were the first game of the day. We started a little late. So, you know, just guys in the future, we'll just make sure we'll start on time. But, you know, we want to talk about your game a little bit. First off, how you doing? How's everything?
I'm good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Can't complain at all.
What's the feedback from your team week 1? How did everyone feel coming back?
Everyone felt good. I mean, first time a lot of us played, you know, organized ball in a while, but for the most part, everyone felt good, man. Everyone's excited for the season, for sure.
All right, cool, man. So, well, you know, let's talk really quick about the game. You guys played Floral Park, captained by Ken Teleski. You guys won 28-18. You walk us through the game a little bit, you know, tell us how you felt. Tell us about, you know, what you felt about Floral Park, where you guys think you guys stand. I mean, listen, you guys won the game. And then obviously, you know, with D1 competition now, it's not going to be how it was in the past where, you know, a team is going to be so much better than, you know, half the league. You know, half the league is just so much better than the other half of the league. So tell me, you know, how do you feel like about your game and where we stand with D1? All right. I think we might have lost him in a way. He's frozen. It's okay. We'll bring him back when he's ready. But, you know, in terms of Division 1, Division 2, Fabio, I think we'll be able to get him back. Hold on. Did you hear me out or no?
No, I don't know. The connection was lost, but I heard you say
maybe there was a little hurricane out there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Where you are. What I was basically saying is, like, talk to us about your game. Talk to us about the competition level in D1.
Yeah, I mean, our game was a very tough game. We ended up winning by 10, but I mean, listen, every team in D1 is going to be really good. Floral Park, you know, they have pieces. They have Ken, they have Don Jr., they have Don as quarterback. They have James Walker, who's a good player. Listen, they're good, you know. And we came out. We tried to kind of take a big lead and try to coast a little bit, but really couldn't get it all game. I mean, it really came down to the last drive. We made some mistakes. I mean, on offense and on defense, but it was a tight game, and I honestly think that every game is going to be tight this year, and that's kind of, it's a challenge, but at the same time, it's like you're playing at your level with other people who are at your level or better most of the time. Right. So it's gonna be tough, but at the same time, like I said, there won't be any easy weeks at all.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I guess that's kind of why we created, you know, there is no gimme weeks. Your best players got to show up every week. Everyone's got to perform. You know, the quarterback's got to perform. And to me, that's what football is all about. You know, what it is now is really what it should be. The competition level is balanced in both divisions. And I think that, in my opinion, you know, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but I think like and this is a very any given Sunday type of situation we're in right now. So, which is very cool. I think it's exciting. And that's about it, man. I mean, you know, other than that, you know, I was looking through some of your stats, you know, 27 for 18, 5 touchdown passes, amazing day. 2 interceptions. Okay. You know, maybe work on that a little bit, you know, but,
it's a lot for me. Yeah, I agree.
But I will say the game winning solo tackle. You jumped off your feet, you got the guy, and you pulled the flag, and it was like the end of the game, and it saved the game. If you didn't stop him, it would have been over, you know. And I think that shows just how much you want to win. And you know, your guys are really behind you. You have Anthony Lewis, and then of course, you know, Cal, you know, the new addition. I mean, talk to me about him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Cal is obviously he's a game changer, man. It's only play with him. This is like the second team I've ever played with him with. He's like like when you get a new toy that's really nice, and you just unwrap it, and we had a little unwrapping ourselves last week, and I think he scored like 4 touchdowns, made an insane catch up the middle. I overthrew him a little bit. He tipped the ball to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention his line play. I mean, he blocked like 2 or 3 passes on the line that, when I spoke to Don after the game, he said, those were probably touchdowns if he doesn't block those. So, the man's a beast, man. He's a beast. And, I'm just very happy to have him. I know he played with the Browns last year and, he won a championship with them. So, we're hoping we get the same fortunes this year when we have him.
Great. Yeah, I mean, he's an absolute beast. He was with the Browns last year. They won a championship. So let's see, if he brings you guys some luck this year. Other than that, you have a referee here, a brand new referee. Any comments, concerns about certain rules or anything? We had implemented the no auto PAT, no good, no, so you have to earn every point. Are we all good with that? Are we satisfied with how that is now?
Yeah, honestly, I like that rule much better. I don't think a penalty should be an automatic free point at all. I like that rule. I mean, I saw Fabio, wearing the stripes last week. I thought he did great. He's in shape. He's running up and down. It was good to see. But I would love for him to ref one of our games. And then see and test him out of there a little bit. But I think the refs, as far as our game, they were fine. They were good. I don't have anything to, really to say. Again, I say this every year. I'm on this thing. Nobody's perfect, man. These guys, they're trying, and they're watching everything. And of course, nothing's going to be perfect. And we don't have instant replay like they do in the pros to make things perfect. So it's a tough job. They get a lot of, I guess, complaining. Grief complaining from us, yeah, but
of course,
they're trying their best, and I think for the most part, the refs and SAFL have done a great job.
Great. So that's great feedback for you, Fabio. So any other questions or concerns for us, Yash? I do want to ask you again, is there what do you think? It's a tough question because you obviously you're a Cobra Kai guy, but what team do you think will you see in the finals?
I think, if we get to the finals, which I hope we do, but I think AK just looks ridiculous, man. I think AK, they got Sims back. He seems healthy. They got D-Raj. Amneet seems healthy.
Right.
They were flying all over the place on Saturday, beating a very talented PT team. I mean, in my opinion, PT's roster is the strongest roster I've ever seen in SAFL. Roster, meaning front to back talent. But, it's not just about talent. You have to be able to play together. But the way that they beat them, to me, was kind of surprising, actually. But it just shows that, they're going to be hard to beat, man. They got Miguel, too. I mean, I don't see a weakness. I don't see a weakness at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if I had to guess today, it would definitely be if they stay healthy and everyone shows up. I think AK is definitely the team to beat. And I think between us, the Gators, if PT is able to get things together, I think us three are going to be battling for who's going to play them.
Absolutely. And speaking of primetime, we're talking about guys like Q, Ricky, Adam, Will, DJ. I mean, the list really does go on and on. So it's going to be fun to see. And I think everyone saw that the TikTok with Roach, just breaking ankles all over the place. It's just amazing, So yeah, I mean, listen, D1 completely stacked up. This is what we do. This is why we play the game, to have fun out there. Listen, no easy games, boys, this year. So, show up, help your team out. And Yash, thank you so much. Anything else you want to say? How about a little plug for Rex Watches?
I won't plug Rex Watches, but I want to say you guys are doing a great job this year. I think I told you that when I saw you, Burr. I mean, the content's up, is up to pace, and I think everyone appreciates that, and I think the 2 divisions is awesome, and I think 12 teams is awesome, and I'm really hopeful for the future of the league. I think we're moving in the right direction.
Well, he's not here right now, but hats off to a lot of the hard work that Adam Bhatti did for us, for the SAFL community and the entire South Asian sports network. So, hats off to him, hats off to Fabio, hats off to everybody that put it together. And like you said, with the content and everything, hopefully it'll keep on flowing, guys. We're just going to keep you guys, we want you guys engaged. We want you guys to come visit us, keep playing year after year. So, Yash, thank you so much for joining us. I will let you go, my friend, and I will see you Saturday.
No problem, brother. Thanks. Bye, Bob.
Good seeing you.
Take care, guys.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right. Yash, great guy. Thank you so much. They are scheduled to play the Gators this week. Should have talked to him a little bit more about that, but it's okay. We'll get him on that next week, maybe. Fabio, I'm just going to review really quickly of the games. I don't want to run too late tonight, but we had Cobra Kai Floral Park. We talked a little to Yash, 28-18. Then we had Gators QD. We had QD, brand new team to the league, and I really like these guys, man. Ran by Joe Ponte. They come from a league. They play on Sunday. They heard about us. They wanted to come and see what they got. They played Gators. Score was 33-27, but realistically, what I don't know if you know this, Fabio, it was the last three seconds left, and Gators won, so they're definitely a contender out there. They took on the finals runner-ups.
Yep.
And they have you probably hear if you were at the field, you probably heard me say a lot of Joe to Joe. And that was Joe Ponte to Joe Camarsane. I'm probably saying it wrong, and I really apologize, dude. But just Joe to Joe, and you guys had a big connection, 10 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and I thought these guys played really well. But then on the other side you had the Gators, who we all know are really a great team too. One of the guys that always stands out to me, Tommy, Lagode. I hope he doesn't beat me up. 3 touchdowns, and then Jaden Bennett, new to the Gators, he had 1, and he was also a player of the game. And they're also brought back, Kanal, Rami, and Zane. So the squad looks nice. The squad looked good, and both teams played their hearts out. I think that again, like what Josh was saying, it was a real back and forth in every single game this past week. So we're gonna see that every week. A lot of competition. Are there anything to say about these guys or anything about the Gators?
Yeah, no, you gotta always put Rami as definitely a veteran, a guy that knows what he's doing out there in the field. He's a good leader with these guys. So when you see a team that comes into our league for the first time and makes it a game like that against a team like Rami's, that's got to tell you something about the potential of a team like this, because Rami knows what he's doing out there. He knows the rules arguably better than we do.
Probably.
So he knows how to play in this league, and so for this team to come in and almost snatch that win from him like that in the first week of them playing, you could see that there's a lot of potential for this team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm excited for the fact, above it all, that they get to see each other again in the regular season.
Yes.
I love this Division I, Division II thing. Everyone gets to see each other at least twice, and so it's really cool. It's really fun to see how they're going to adapt. Like you were saying before, there really are no easy matchups. Every week is a dogfight. Every week you got to come out ready to play. Can't take weeks off. You can't look at the schedule and say, I won't show up today, this week because it's an easy game.
Right.
Can't do it. If you know what I mean? Like, every game matters.
Every game, every minute matters.
I love it.
And speaking of tough games, the Gators will take on Cobra Kai, and again, just amazing. That's just I'm looking at the schedule next week, Fabio, and you know who QD's got next week?
Who's that?
AK.
There you go.
I mean,
there is no easy welcome into this league.
There's really not.
You're coming into the fire, my friends.
And it's fun. I mean, listen, the AK guys are great. You're going to see amazing football. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, like, speaking of like just a competitive game, just because we're going to talk about them next, Prime Time is going to take on Floral Park next week. And again, like Kenny's team, these guys know what they're doing. And it's just, again, it's just like every game, it seems like, is a game of the week now.
Right.
So Guinea, we need it, man. We need every game of the week. So hopefully Guinea can help us out with that.
That's right. Every game could be that game of the week. It has that potential for sure.
The last Division I game, AK versus Primetime, arguably the game of the week. 32-14. Like Yash was saying, arguably Primetime has the deepest roster. In terms of talent and all that. On the other side, AK, right, veteran team, champions. Still got Sims, a healthy Sims. He looks good. Healthy players. They picked up D-Raj. It's like the perfect storm almost, So, they, like Sims, 5 touchdowns. D-Raj, 1 touchdown. Miguel, 2 touchdowns. Neat one, spreading the ball around. Phil, just
you look around. You can't even, like you look at this roster and there's no place to go. There's no guy to double team. There's no guy to try to take away because there's just so many of them that are just such weapons. I mean, you can definitely take away Harpal. I mean, Harpal does not think so. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I don't even know why he's on this list. I mean, Harpal, you bum.
We got to try to get him on here. He's always a guy.
Yeah, no, we definitely will. Maybe next week we'll get him on here for a good laugh at least.
Yeah, right.
If anything.
But no, I mean, that team is stacked. I mean, up and down the lineup. I mean, they're definitely a contender for sure. It's really going to be a lot of fun and very interesting to see how this plays out. How these games go. Them playing each other twice. What we're also going to see is how committed some of these guys are, because now they're really going to have to show up. Because every week's going to be a tough game. So it's going to be good. And it looks like from the way that this league has gone this year and the adjustments that we've made, the improvements that we've made, it's really going a long way. So
absolutely,
I'm really happy to see that, that things are starting to pay off. It took a couple of years, right, in the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure.
But all the ideas, the brainstorming that we've had, all the times that we've been talking on the phone for hours, Yumi and Adam, Ahmad, just all these hours upon hours of just discussing things on how we can make the league better. We took some steps, some big steps, breaking up, getting a second division, taking away, the opening this up to everyone, to all different cultures and races, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
I mean, in my perspective, I'm going to see we have 12 teams this year. I think more than any other year in terms of both divisions and everything. So, growth, being better, competition wise, we want to be the best. We'll do everything to be the best, and we're going to continue to do that. So, Fabio, like we'll talk about D1. So I'm going to move over to D2 real quick. So D1 is the where everyone's like so serious and everyone everyone's like and then D2 you kind of the game started, everyone's like laughing and joking with each other. So we had LI Titans, Long Island Titans versus Sleepers, 35-34, man, an incredible game. Again, last second and then going for 2. I mean, it was just amazing that happened. And both teams are new to the league, so it was a level playing field in that sense.
Sure.
So I know you I don't think you roughed this game, but just by the score itself, and then some of the guys, I want to just talk about guys like Sofan Hassan, the quarterback from the Titans. He took leadership of this team. He threw 5 touchdowns. He threw 3 interceptions, but I think that for your first time in the league and everything, I think he did an okay job. Another guy I really want to talk about is this kid Isaiah that we that came into the league kind of just like out of nowhere. And like, you know, he had 2 touchdowns and, you know, 10 receptions, and he was just kind of all over the field, and he's just like this happy guy. And like, you know, I think that him and Sofan, and then like everybody else kind of contribute. So it's like Ali Tharik is contributing. You know, he had 2 touchdowns and 6 receptions and tackles all over the field. You know, so they're a great D2 team. I love what I saw from them, and the camaraderie that they built so quickly was like amazing to see.
Yeah, I didn't get to ref this game, but I was able to show up for the tail end of it, maybe the last 15 minutes or so. So I did get to see some of these guys play out there, and yeah, you know, it looks like we have, you know, some real talented guys out there. You know, it looks like it was a really good game. This kid Isaiah, if I think I'm thinking of the right guy, I think I coached his brother,
Yes.
you know, when he was younger in high school, and so we got to see each other, you know, again. So that was really cool, and I'm hoping that that'll actually open up even more opportunity in the future for more players to come in the league. But yeah, that kid's an athlete. He's an athlete, and he's definitely running around the field. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm glad that these new teams are coming in and they're enjoying the league, you know, because that's what we want, you know.
That's what it's all about. And I just want to, you know, shout out Ryan Prashad from Sleepers. I mean, you know, these guys also coming to the league, you know, I obviously don't know, you know, don't really know what to expect, you know, when the new team comes in. You just don't know, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this guy also threw 5 touchdowns. I turned for a second because I had left and then came back, and then like, you know, I was coming back, and all I see is a ball flying through the air like 60 yards. I'm like, who just threw that? You know, and it turned out to be this kid Ryan, and you know, like, I love this kid, man. He's got this like this kind of thing about him that's just like kind of cool, and like,
for sure.
and he kind of got the swagger and everything. I'll be honest, the guys on the Sleepers, these guys are full of swagger, man.
That's awesome.
You will see it. You're gonna love it, and it's gonna be a fun reffing experience too. You know, it's just like they're fun guys. Like, they're fun guys. Ryan, you know, shout out to him, 5 touchdowns. He also had an interception on the defensive end.
Nice.
So he's doing it on both sides. You know, we had Tyrell. He had 2 touchdowns. Saeed 1. Dayron 1. So everyone's contributing. It seems like he's spreading the ball around. So, you know, good for these guys. Shout out to Brandon too. Sorry, man. 6 receptions. And, you know, I'm happy for these guys. Listen, 35-34. I mean,
absolutely. It's great.
I mean, come on, man. Like,
ask for a better game.
You know, you really can't. So, you know, shout out to all the guys on Sleeper. Shout out to all the guys, Long Island Titans. Guys, good job. Thunder, balls deep, you know, 21-7, balls deep won the game. You know, Thunder, you know, they kind of struggled in this one. You know, I think they're kind of still finding their identity. Adam's just trying to figure a couple of things out. And, you know, I think they'll get it. Adam's a great leader when, you know, for his team. And when he says, hey, I'm going to figure this out, I'm going to do a little recruiting and stuff, you know, he's going to do some good recruiting. So, guys, you know, you guys will be fine. You know, just stay the course.
Hang in
you guys
there.
will be all right. Balls deep, new guys to the league. Good job, guys. You know, you came out there and, you know, you put up 21. Shout out to Anthony De Palma, crossover player. He played QB, threw 2 touchdowns, and you know, they got it done that day. So, you know, shout out to all you guys. Rashid, I hope to see you soon. Captain, Ahad and Ali, you know, Ali player of the game, Earl player of the game, shared ceremony on that. And then, you know, guys, keep it up. You know, we'll go and we'll see what you guys have left going for, you know, when you guys play next week. Brown Suicide Squad, my team. Unfortunately, we lost Fabio. I had a little tear in my eye because I lost to Sohail. All right, Sohail. Shout out to Sohail. What's up, man? Thanks for hooking us up with the stats, man. So 27-20. It was a good game, man. You ref this game. You know, talk to me about the game, dude.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, you know, our schedules happened to work out well, where I was able to do the last 2 games, and they happened to be the Division II games. I really wouldn't have asked for another scenario. I think this was a great way to start my refereeing career, I guess you can call it, and a great group of guys, competitive guys, but also, you know, understanding guys. And this game was just what I needed to get my feet wet. Two, good teams, competitive teams, and back and forth. Sohail playing quarterback, finding ways to get his guys the ball, and playing good defense when they needed to. So it was just, it was really, really a good game. It was a good game, and it was a lot of fun to be able to see, you guys compete out there. And also, I got to tell you, above everything, just from what I experienced being out there, guys were respectful to one another. They were respectful to the refs. You know what I mean? Like in the calls that they may not have agreed with, let's say, but they respected it, and that's a big deal because that's going to happen. But you guys kept playing, kept pushing, kept working. Here's the thing, you guys are in a D2 unit, the D2 division, but each of you have the brains of veteran D1 guys. You have Burhan here, commissioner, captain, then you have Sohail, another veteran, knows the game, have played on the Browns before in the championship teams.
Yeah, you're talking about 10 years in the league,
Yeah.
and,
like in the
you're talking about if you combine all the years of the veteran experience, like I'm looking at the rosters, right? Like, like myself, of course, Jason,
Jason, another
my
veteran,
brother Ramiz from a primetime guy,
Yeah.
So you were talking about, and then you have on the other side, right? Like you have
Rob Jones,
Anas, Sohail, Rob Jones, Anish, Omar,
Pulak.
It's like you're talking about like 200 years of experience in this league. So I mean, it's kind of cool.
Are you saying that is that Pulak like 180 by himself? Is that what that is?
No, I'm not saying that at all. Please don't Pulak.
I love Pulak. He's really great.
Nah, he's a great guy, man. All these guys are good guys. I like that. I like that team that they put together. But yeah, just it's almost like it's like it's like perfect D2 teams almost. Like these are like what we're striving for. Because listen, D-Raj, if you're listening, we don't want you in D2. DJ, no D2. Guys like these, we try to level out the competition for everybody, and I think we did a great job at doing that. So shout out to you, shout out to Adam, shout out to Ahmad. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So now. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Predictions for this coming week, Fabio. We're going to get you to do a little predictions, okay? Let's start with D1. I mean, listen, these teams for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with, and remember, be careful what you say because we have some crazy guys in D1 now, all right? So, Cobra Kai Gators, tell me, what do you think?
Ooh, I mean, right off the bat, man, that's talk about two guys that really know the game, right? You're going to have Yash on one side and you're going to have Rami on the other, captains of each team. I feel like, and from my experience of playing with Cobra Kai and then also, seeing what they've done, I think the Gators, I don't know if they've had their number a little bit, maybe last game or two. I think that Gators have beaten Cobra Kai, but I have a feeling that things change this Saturday. I think with the additions that Cobra Kai have made and that kid Cal, that kid is a game, like Yash was saying, that kid is a game changer. And
Absolutely.
I think Yash has been waiting for a guy like him. Fati's obviously was very helpful, with them in the time, but I think Cal is on a different caliber, pun intended. And I think that they'll be able to do enough with what the weapons that they have to get through the Gators, this Saturday in a very close game. I'd say it could be a 1 to 3 point difference between the two teams.
Mm-hmm. Probably, right? Like I don't. It's really difficult, guys.
It is a toss up. I mean,
it's just like I'm looking kind of like at the Gators like roster right here. I'm seeing like Shady, Marquise, Rami, Will, I mean, like again, like we just like every roster I look at, I'm like,
Sick.
Oh my god, It's sick, you know.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so give me a score. What do you think?
So I'm giving. So let's see. So I'm looking at scores last week just to get a gauge of more or less where we might be, and I think I'm gonna do something like, I think I'm gonna go 35-28 Cobra Kai, something around there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. 35-28 Cobra Kai over the Gators. Guys, again, if you have any beef, you talk to Fabio. I'm through with this, man. I didn't tell him to say that.
You put me on the spot, right? I love Rami. I love Rami. You know, I do.
Yeah, no, he's the best, man. So primetime Floral Park, Floral Park, Kenny's team. We got, again, veterans all around, right? So
yeah, so Kenny's another veteran. I know he had told me that he had brought some guys over, athletic, talented kids and guys that are good players. And so I definitely think that team is going to make some noise, in the division. But they also may have some growing pains. You're going against teams that have been here before, that have gone through the process. They don't get rattled, anymore. They're veterans, and so prime time, right? That who they're going against, prime time. Yeah, prime. I think that prime time turns it around next week. I think they come back after a tough loss against AK, and they get their first win of the season. Again, Floral Park is going to be a good team, and they are a good team. But they're going to have to go through some lumps and bruises on their way. So I'm going to give this victory to prime time, and it's not going to be. It'll probably be closer on the field than it will be on the scorecard. So I'm going to give something like 28-14 prime time. Yeah.
Okay, 28-14 prime time. All right. The last D1 game of the day, AK versus QD. What do you think?
Okay, I mean, I think now we're going back to that similar scenario. You're going with a veteran team against a new team in the league. QD really kept the game close against Gators, and really I think that the Gators snatched that victory away from QD. So it shows you, like I said before, shows you the kind of potential they have. But AK's roster is ridiculous. I mean, up and down, they don't really find a weakness, and so I think that that's going to catapult them to a victory again, making them 2-0 against QD. But I'm going to give QD some credit and for what they did against the Gators. So I'm going to keep this game pretty close, and I'll say that it's going to be, let's say, probably about touchdown difference. So let's call it 35-28. So let's say something like around there.
35-28, AK over QD.
Yeah.
D2 games.
All right.
Sorry, screaming in your ear.
No, you're good.
First game for the 10:30 game, we got the Browns versus Thunder. Thoughts?
Well, two teams that I've seen already. And I think that, like you're saying, I think Adam definitely is going to continue working on growing the chemistry and building this team, the Thunder team. The Browns, they showed that they could be, one of those top teams in the division. They should definitely actually be the team to beat in the division. So
probably, I mean, as it sits right now, I think I'm looking at Titans and Browns.
Yeah. So as of right now, until I'm proven otherwise, I'm going to go with the Browns on this one. I think they're going to find a way to pull this off. And until Thunder, kind of meshes a little bit more, I'd say they're a couple of weeks away. So I'm gonna say it'd probably be like a 28-14 victory for the Browns this week.
Great. So 24-15. Sorry, what was that again? Sorry,
28-14.
28-14, excuse me. Yeah. All right. 28-14, the Browns. Browns, whether a D1, D2, they find a way. They find a way, man. How these guys doing, man? Second game of the D2 schedule, Balls D versus Titans. Give me your thoughts. We talked a little bit about the Titans, 35-34. Isaiah a little bit just from, the relationships you have. So talk to me. What do you think?
Yeah. Getting to know both those teams, right? Getting to know both those teams. And, I think that I think that they're going to be getting balls deep is getting a couple new guys this week that they didn't have last week. I think that's why this week, you had Earl and Anthony helping out, which I think was cool. So we're not really sure what balls deep is really going to look like, this Saturday with the new additions of some players. So I'm excited to see what happens there. And who are they going against again? They're going against
balls deep is versus Titans.
And so looking at the Titans, what they did against the sleepers, right? They had that real tight, close game,
right?
And these guys, and so I'm not sure, where I'm not sure where it's going to go, but because balls deep is going to be bringing some guys in that really haven't played in our league yet. They don't have that experience. It might be a little different, and it might take them a little bit of time to get used to that. So I think I'm actually going to be going for the Titans this week. I think putting up 35 points, first time in our league is not an easy thing to do, and they did it. And so I can expect that they're going to probably do that again, and then they'll probably get a victory, something around like 35. They'll probably pull up another 35 to I don't think it's going to be that close, actually. I think it's going to be 35-14 for the Titans.
All right. 35-14 Titans. All right, guys. Good luck with that. Sleepers versus Suicide Squad, the last game in the D2 schedule for this week. What are your thoughts?
Sleepers versus Suicide Squad. So,
wait, by the way, I'm on Suicide Squad, so you better,
Oh, that's right. The commissioner's, that's right. The commissioner's privilege. Yeah.
Correct. I have the mute button here, by the way.
Yeah. If you don't hear anything you like, you can just mute me. No. So I think that this is going to be another fun game. But after watching that game between Suicide Squad and the Browns, I could see that potentially being the championship game, to be honest. And so I do think that Suicide Squad has good players and good talent. And I think that this is the week where, they kind of take away that bitter taste from that loss against the Browns. So I would give them the victory this week. And again, the sleepers put up 34 points, right? So it looks like they're capable of putting up some points,
Absolutely. They listen.
Yeah.
Like if I had a top four right now in there, I would probably be like Titans, Browns, sleepers. Those would be my top three right now, man.
Wow.
I really like those. Yeah, those three teams I feel like all can compete at a high level for like D2. I think they forget about D2 for a second. Forget about that for a second. I think all these teams can be successful anywhere actually, but just the way that things like flow sometimes, it's like like wherever they are, like I think it's like they're in the perfect storm. So that's the predictions. And I think the last thing I just really want to do is see if I can get this going, which I think I can. Fabio, can you see that, Fabio?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the standings for this week, gentlemen. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger for everybody. We got D1, AK, Cobra Kai, Gators, Queens, Diesel, QD, Floral Park, and Primetime. Check it out. You this is all on our website. If you want to visit us, football.southasiansportsnetwork.com. Check us out also on Instagram at South Asian Sports. I also want to just quickly also, so I don't, leave out anybody.
Great job on the website, by the way.
Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
Great.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. All right, let's go to the D2 standings really quick. And let's see what we got. So we got balls deep, Browns, Titans, Sleeper, Suicide Squad, Thunder. In terms of points for and everything, everything looks okay over here. Because don't forget, guys, we have our tiebreakers. So we want to try to keep everything, the right way throughout the season so we can keep us, we don't have to do it always at the end. So, this is where we are. Again, check us out, guys, at our website, football.southasian. I also want to just give real quick. This is our main hub, guys. So, if you want to check out our basketball league, SABL, SASL, come here, southasiansports.com. Visit us on Instagram at South Asian Sports. That's our handle. And let's get rid of that. All right. And all right, Fabio, it's been a long night. I know you have to be up early tomorrow, educating kids.
Trying.
God, try to teach these kids something, man. These kids.
You know it. Try to get them ready for SAFL.
Yeah, man. So, Fabio, thanks for everything that you do. Adam, Ahmad, thank you guys so much for everything. And we will see everybody next week. This is Burr signing out. Fab?
See you guys later. Good luck this Saturday, guys.
All right, guys. Good night.